On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk, they're having a good time. They're having a hot girl summer. They, you know what I'm saying? They doing their girls trips. They flying to Miami. Typical chicks fly to Miami, right? And then what you seeing on the flip side is that once they start hitting that 28, 29, 30, 31, they like, wait a minute. Like the options are not as plentiful. And I got to compete with that girl over there that's 22. And she ain't got no baggage or none of that. Like I'm telling you, bro, the women nowadays, in my opinion, is like, yo, it's not as plentiful as I thought it was. And listen, my number was 90. I'll take 52 now, and they making adjustments accordingly. I don't think that they think is. I don't think that they're as patient at all. I think that they shooting they shot. You see women shooting they shot more than men now. Women approach men more than men approach women. That's real spit.
Well, I'm saying on that just because when Anton talking about a ring, now women would be a mistress for a lot of different reasons. So for that, yeah, women that want to be married is going to look at you and that's going to be attractive because, oh, he's obviously a good man. Oh, he must take care of home. Oh, he must take care of his wife. Well, I'll be better than his wife and he'll take care of me. But then the ones that but then there's ones like, y'all remember Cat Stacks?
Yeah.
Yeah, dang, I forgot all about her.
That's the daughter of Superhead, ain't it?
Just for clout.
She's different.
And so she would just have sex with people just to make a name for herself. And I think this is the generation of women that are doing it. My generation, would be wanting a husband. This generation just want to have likes on Instagram and on Snapchat or whatever. So it's generational differences, but it's all envious.
Yeah, I was definitely answering that as like for, non-celebrities. I think that for celebrities, it's different. I think that if a married celebrity man comes up to an average woman and is just like, what's up? They're not going to be like, what about your wife? So I think it really, there's different situations depending on the man's position in life and the woman's position in life. Kind of like what Gerald was saying too.
I don't want to kind of calm through. We got a couple more clips, y'all. Quick.
My thing was like, I've been self-made my whole life, bro. Like it's like I didn't get with Am because it was I've known Amber for years. Like my best friend is Tiger. Like she's been around China. Like I've been around Amber for years and not, she done shot her shot and talked to me and I done went the other way. And even China used to be like, you ain't gonna mother here. And I just wasn't sweating it. And then it just happened and it became what it was. But it's like, at the end of the day, it's just about, I don't think anybody could be happy or successful if you're not true to yourself and you aware of yourself, whether other people understand it or blame you or wrong you for it or criticize you or critique you for it. We are who we are. And it's just who I am. Like, it's just who I am. And it's not how she want to be loved, nigga. So, she tried to put up with it and look the other way if she couldn't. And I'm not mad at her. You feel me? It's like she had enough. But at the end of the day, like, I'm me.
All right, the next question is, do women put too much pressure on themselves after the age 30 to be in a relationship? Start with you, Gerald.
I absolutely think that at this point, I think it's a whole lot different than it used to be. But if you look at the stats, you look at the statistics, people are waiting longer to get married. They're waiting in their 30s. They're waiting till they filled up 2 pages of the passport. They're waiting till they get that degree. They're waiting until they have shifted 2 careers. The pressure's not on like it used to be. I think that from a societal standpoint, from a media standpoint, from a social media standpoint, it looks that way. It sounds that way, but when you actually talk to women, I don't think that's what's going down, because I think women have gotten to the place where they would literally wait for right than actually. And just to tag on to that, and this is just my personal opinion, I believe that women have come into their own. They're like, look, I don't really need you for about 2 hours and then you got to go. I mean, it's not really that serious. You know, if you want to be in a relationship, great. If you don't, okay, I don't need to press you. I think women have more control than they used to have control, and they have a little bit more patience.
Okay. Okay. Do women put too much pressure on themselves after the age of 30 to be in a relationship?
I agree with what Gerald was just saying. I think that in this day and age, there's a lot less pressure to be married, you know, by 30 or something like that. I feel that a lot of women do put that pressure on themselves, and it leads to a lot of problems within relationships because you're so much like, oh, I just need a husband, or whatever. So you're just out here, you know, picking and choosing and doing whatever. But it's not really benefiting you, and it's not getting you to where you want to be. I like what Gerald said about patience. I think that is true. Also, like, a lot of women have a lot more patience. They have other things that they're doing in their lives. You know, so they're not like, that's not their end all be all situation. Like, they still live a life that they love without being married by 30. And I think a lot of people want to be more set up in their own life before they get married or have kids and things like that as we go, you know, as time passes. So, I mean, I think it looks like there's a lot of pressure. But for people that are 30, like right now in 2021, I don't think the pressure is as heavy as it used to be for people that were 30, like 10 years ago or 20 years ago or anything like that.
Anton, I see you shaking your head. You don't agree?
I absolutely do not agree. It is a pandemic out here for these chicks, and they are scrambling around. OnlyFans about to get canceled in October. Like, it's tight out here for these chicks, and I'm just telling you the real talk. Like, women have had enough of a sample size to see the people that came before them suffer, and they alone, and it's not a whole bevy of available men that's not in prison. And so as a result, you see these women and they scrambling a lot more. The smart ones are getting to it faster. And so I think that what you're seeing with women is that in their 20s, they think they got time and they chilling. They're having a good time. They're having a hot girl summer. They, you know what I'm saying? They doing their girls trips. They flying to Miami. Typical chicks fly to Miami, right? And then what you seeing on the flip side is that once they start hitting that 28, 29, 30, 31, they like, wait a minute. Like, the options are not as plentiful, and I got to compete with that girl over there that's 22, and she ain't got no baggage or none of that. Like, I'm telling you, bro, the women nowadays, in my opinion, is like, yo, it's not as plentiful as I thought it was. And listen, my number was 90. I'll take 52 now, and they making adjustments accordingly. I don't think that they're as patient at all. I think that they shooting they shot. You see women shooting they shot more than men now. Women approach men more than men approach women. That's real spit.